me. I appreciate that. If you are new here or you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, there is a link to the actual Zoom that you can join in the description. If today we're going to have a few updates, but primarily we're going to be focusing on expectations and projections, and of course the usual Q&A at the end. If you guys have a specific topic you want me to go over in the next live, please reach out and let me know as well. Give me one moment while I make sure we're good to go for everyone, and then we'll kind of get right into it. So as far as the updates, as usual, if you guys wish BILT could do more or any of that stuff, or wish we can improve on certain aspects of things, I want you guys to know that we do have the ideas board. I want to keep reminding this every week for the next couple weeks because it is new and still people have not been submitting anything. And I think that's what's going to help us grow in the meantime. So if you are on the website at the very bottom, there's the ideas board. You can go ahead and click on that, and then right away it'll pull up the stuff that we're working on, as well as if you have any feedback, you can go ahead and put in your feedback here. So again, really important to me and the company, right, for us to be successful and grow. We want to make sure that is, you guys are getting everything you guys deserve. For those of you guys that care to support BILT, right, you guys can receive a free month of BILT simply by submitting a video testimonial. So once again, if you're in your sub account, if you're inside of your BILT CRM itself, and you click on testimonials over here, you can receive a free month off simply by giving us a video testimonial. Again, we appreciate everything you guys do, and of course this is for all the people that have been using the system right off the bat. I will not be holding a live next week since I will be out of town, so just keep that in mind. Next week there will be no live for the 8 p.m. Eastern, but it will be back to normal the next week after that. If you have not done so already, we have a new feature inside the system where you can basically have an internal chat. Some of you guys are not using that feature. Maybe you got to activate it inside of your labs, inside of your CRM. So if you go to here, let's just do this. If you go into your system and you click on settings and click on labs, scroll all the way down, you're going to find internal chat for team collaboration. Go ahead and turn that on. It will be live officially in 47 days, but this does give us the ability to create chat rooms with our internal team members, and so we can create groups. Let's say you have a group of people that are your TCs, group of people that are your acquisitions, your dispositions, so forth. You can create those groups inside of your actual conversations. So let me just pull up an actual demo account and showcase this for you guys. But if you go to, let's say, your conversations in here, notice how it is the old style. But if we go to our audit logs, our labs right here, and you scroll down, you'll be able to go turn on the internal chat. And now if we go back to conversations, you'll see now that there's an actual bar here. It's a little bit more organized, a little bit more professional, so forth, but you'll see the internal chat at that moment. So now this account doesn't have a specific, how should I say it? There's no team members in it. So let me go ahead and pull up, let's say, another account. Since you're with us at the moment, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and pull yours up real quick. But essentially, if you're here, you can go and click on new and then do internal chat. Choose one of your team members on your team, let's say yourself and someone else that's on the team, and click on start chat. And now you'll have a chat for just you and your team, and everyone gets notifications. So I'll just say, hey, test, right? Just because I know it's your account, Mike. And we'll just go based off that. And at that point in time, you can click on edit here, and let's just call this the TC group, just for an example, right? And now you can add as many people as you want to this group, right? But this way, notice how I'm in here as well under the CRM, but now 3 people are inside this group, and you can add more users later on and kind of communicate. So this has been a long want inside of the system. We have it. It's been active now as a beta for the last like 30 days, but no one has really been using it. We've been using it a lot. I think it's really important. So do keep that in mind. It is something that everyone should be using. But yeah. But that's as far as the updates. Time for a shameless plug for my brand, of course. We got to do this every single time. If you enjoy the lives and appreciate the free education and want us to continue doing these for free, Make sure to hit the like and subscribe on YouTube. A lot of you guys aren't even subscribed to our YouTube channel, right? So make sure you go to the Most Smart Growth if you're watching it live. Make sure to subscribe to the account. We have 1,000 people in our Facebook group, but we do not have 1,000 people on our YouTube channel. So let's make sure we get that taken care of and we get to 1,000. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure to like and share the video. Again, really important for us to kind of share the value, make sure things are taken care of and so forth. So make sure to do that. We appreciate it. And of course, if you're interested in BILT and want to mass blast LOIs, go to BILTCRM.com. If you're interested in becoming an affiliate and want to start receiving 30% recurring revenue, make sure again to sign up on the website. So here is BILTCRM.com. And as well, if you want to become an affiliate, you can click on the affiliate program and become an affiliate right here. So just keep that in mind. All of this is available for you guys to benefit. So moving on to today's topic. Today's topic is going to be expectations and projections. So I'll give an example. We were just talking earlier before we actually live, right? You can set this account up in 30 minutes, or you can set this account up in a week, right? This solely depends on you, your level, where you're at, what you understand, how you follow along videos. Maybe you just in general are not tech savvy, whatever, right? So keep that in mind. There are expectations, there are projections. Gonna get this stuff set up, right? And the same thing goes for, you can get a deal in a couple of days or a couple of months, right? It depends on your foundation, depends on your infrastructure that you have set up inside the system, how many email accounts, how much data you're pulling, and so forth. So really all depends on you. So just remember, right? I'm here to help everyone get started and close their first deal or close more deals using BILT. However, if you don't take action, I can't fix that mindset. If you're not willing to learn, upgrade yourself to be better, or change how you currently operate, then there is nothing that I can do for you. So of course, let's jump right into this as far as really taking a look and deep diving in regards to like expectations, what everyone should see when they first get into a system like this. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and pull this up. This is, everyone has access to this sheet. This has been built. I think we've been now having it for about 3 months now. But basically, when we look at something like this, this gives us a projection of what we can expect when we start using the system. A lot of people are starting out and they're not even pulling adequate amount of data. A lot of people are starting out not pulling adequate amount of emails, right? And then they're saying, hey, like I've been working on the system for a month, right? And I'm not seeing results. Well, there's minimum expectations, you know, and projections based off of data. It's a numbers game, right? So for example, this is a sample size. We have, let's say we pull 1,800 pieces of data from PropStream. PropStream, batch leads, deal sauce, X leads, wherever you get your data from, right? They give you 10,000 leads that you can pull per month. Why are we not pulling more? And so I see people pulling 200, 300, 100, whatever. And I get it, right? Maybe you're just trying out the system, or maybe you just don't know what to do, right? So this is kind of why we're holding this right now. Now, let's say you pull 1,800 pieces of data. Well, after you clean it, maybe only 60% of them are accurate. And what I mean by that is your phone numbers, your emails, you put it through phone validator, you put it through bulk email checker, and maybe only 1,000 of them are clean, meaning those phone numbers and those emails are actual legit emails, legit phone numbers, they're mobile numbers, and you can send to them without any compliance issues or deliverability issues, okay? So based off 1,000 offers, well, the typical response rate is going to be a 20%, and the typical positive response rate, meaning let's say you have out of these 1,000 offers, 216 replies, only 21 of them will be positive. So we need to always take that into consideration. This is a numbers game, guys. If we're just pulling 300, let's say I put 300 leads into the system, or let's make it a little bit bigger just because we have that ratio. You know, 270, 300 leads in our system. Well, you're only getting 5 positive responses, right? And how, if your close rate and you don't understand how to close a deal, maybe you're not good at sales or you're not good at acquisitions, you're not going to get a deal. So we have to be real with ourselves, right? Like you're using tools like PropStream or PropWire is free even, right? Pull more data and you'll have a better time, better success. So again, let's just put this back up to, let's say 2,000. Now, reply rates inside of here is if you don't call somebody first, you just blast to them, right? And positive reply rates, the same idea. What we're going to do to help you in our system is we're going to send the offers, we're going to follow up, the automations are done for you, and it gets it to those positive replies. After it gets to the positive replies, that deal right here solely depends on you. And so, for example, if you're a great closer, you might be 25, 30% here, right? Now, again, I don't really expect to be too much more than this, right? Because there's no way you're going to close 100% of your deals. And even if you're the best, you can't still expect 100%. And so we got to look at it in a way where, okay, we might be able to close 6 deals because we're great at closing, but what if we're not, right? What if we're just getting started out and we don't know how to close a deal? And so we don't understand creative finance, we don't understand objection handling, we don't understand a lot of things in the beginning. And so we're trying to use these tools to basically let it do everything for us because we're just getting started, and we found some cool tool like BILT to do it for us, which is awesome. But at the same time, you still have to be good at closing, right? The conversation skills are mandatory to be able to close, certain type of deals, right? You can't just send an email and expect to close a deal. I mean, I wish. Now, at the same time, if you were to send a contract simultaneously, let's say after getting a positive reply, that might increase your deal, right? That might increase it to like 7%, even though maybe you let's just say you suck maybe at closing deals, right? You might increase it a couple of percent, but again, we have to be real with ourselves, right? But again, you see, maybe it's 1.6, maybe it's 2 deals you're going to close, but how many days is it going to take you to close those deals? Again, it depends on how many email accounts we have, right? How many offers a day we're sending. We have 1,200 leads in here, but it's only going to get us 2 deals. So we can say 600 offers to get a deal, right? Based off looking at this. Well, in order for us to, let's bring this down a little bit more. Let's just say your close rate's 10%. We'll make it 8, just so we can kind of get closer to the 2, right? If you're just sending 30 offers a day, well, it's going to take you 19 days to get a deal, guys. And that's probably business days, Monday through Friday, people are working. So keep that in mind. If you want to send, 90 offers a day, well, that's maybe 6 days. And again, it depends on your close rate here. So I really want to tune this in right here, because I think what's happening is maybe you're hopping on a demo, or maybe you saw an ad on Facebook and you're like, oh man, I could just upload my leads. And you can expect 300 leads, which is not a lead, by the way. That's still considered data at that point. You can't really expect it to close itself. So there are, expectations and there are projections. This is a numbers game, guys. And then going back to, let's say, a reply rate right here. If you just call first and you build a rapport, this will increase to 25%. This will increase to 30%, right? Depending on your conversation skills, which then might ultimately increase your positive response rate. And so we got to look at kind of everything all together, right? If we're just relying on the system to do its thing, right, then we got to look at the base minimum, requirements in here. Let's say you're not calling first, you're not doing anything, and you're brand new and you don't know how to close a deal. Well, it's going to take you a bit, right? And if you have literally 0 skills, well, you might be even lower than that, right? So we don't control the deal rate. That is your conversation skills, but we control everything else that goes up to it, for the most part, unless you're calling first. Now, there's a few conditions here, right? If you're not calling first, as you can see right here, if you're not calling first, you probably need more data, right? Your higher conversion rates when you call first, always. Okay, and like I said before, if you call first and you build a rapport, this might go up to 25%, it might go up to 30%. Now, granted, there are people inside the system without doing anything, without calling, they are getting a 30% reply rate. But I'm not going to say everyone, right? So let's just be real with ourselves. If you're not available during a 9 to 5 time frame, you probably need more data because you're missing out on opportunities, right? And what I mean by this is, let's just say you're working a 9 to 5, right? And you have people responding to you positively in email, right? They're saying, hey man, I agree, I like your offer, we're close, we're ready to negotiate. We might want a little bit more down, but you're working your 9 to 5 and they responded at 1 p.m. You get home at 6 o'clock, right? And you freshen up, whatever, you eat dinner, maybe it's 7 o'clock. Just think of it like, you're not going to, you might lose that opportunity, right? This is what I mean, because you took so long to get to them. And therefore you need to put more data into your system. because you're going to lose positive reply opportunities. So just let's just think about that for a second, right? If I have 24 positive reply opportunities right now at the moment, and let's say they said, hey, I'm interested or whatever at 1 p.m. and you come home at 6 p.m., that's 5 hours later, you didn't respond to them. Don't you think that they feel like you don't care? And so in that case, you got to be like, oh man, well, maybe now my deal rate just decreased, even lower, right? And I need to take that into consideration, just put more data in here, like just double it, right? At this point. And so now maybe now you get closer back to that deal. And so it's dependent on everything, right? If you're not finding their contact info, then you're probably losing data right here, right? If you pulled the data from, let's say, PropStream, you pulled 10,000 and you didn't clean your data, well, what's going to happen? You'll likely ruin your domain faster. You'll get suspended sending text messages because you're sending to incorrect numbers. So there's a lot of conditions here that you guys need to be following, right? There's not one size fits all. If it was just one size fits all and everything was going to be numbers, let's just follow the basics here, right? We're going to get all these responses, and if you can't close the deal, that's on you, right? And that's the last thing that I want is you guys being like, oh man, I can't even set up my account right now, let alone I'm only putting 300 pieces of data and putting it to the system. That doesn't really make sense. I mean, you guys are in here right now in the Zoom. Raise your hand if you think you want to get a deal within the next month. So Elaine, do you want to get a deal within the next month, or how soon do you want to get a deal?
I do. I want to get it as soon as possible. That's why I'm trying to set it up, and that's why I'm on this call again.
Okay, cool. So I can say the same thing, and then let me ask you this question, Elaine, since you're also here. You signed up how long ago, and your account's still not set up?
A week.
Okay, so it's been a week now. What if I told you someone who was tech savvy could set this entire system up in 30 minutes?
Right? I'm listening.
Yeah. So don't you have an integrator on your team?
I do, and we're busy, and we're trying to do a couple things all at the same time.
Okay, cool. So the reason why I'm asking these questions is because you guys are paying per month to use this system, and probably other tools too. Do you think we're wasting time setting this up, or it's costing us money? It's a liability now, right? It's not an asset at this moment.
It is. It is costing money every day.
Yes. So does that feel good by any means?
Of course not.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to take more action.
Okay, cool. Well, how long ago did you guys figure out you guys had an issue?
Oh, today. Today we are working.
Okay. Well, if it's today, that's fine, right? If it was a few days ago, I would have said, why didn't you reach out to support?
No. And I will tell you that today I was doing a couple things, and I reached out to the chat that was on the right, and the AI, I don't think it was the person, the AI did point me to the correct direction. Watch the video so it could help me along.
Okay, so the AI was able to assist you, or a support agent, or whoever?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, because obviously I work with Eileen. Yeah, the only thing that we one of the stumbling blocks is waiting for to be verified so we can do the texting blast. Okay. Obviously, where you have to send in your ID. That's the only thing that's holding us back really at the moment, isn't it, Eileen?
But you got the website up and running. You got the emails accounts added into the system.
The website I'm going to be working on tomorrow, because obviously I've got another job and another job in between. So okay. I'll concentrate more on this one so we can get this up and running, and then we won't be working as much, obviously putting in so much as what we've been doing at the moment.
Okay. Well, let me pull up your account. What's the friendly business name? Let me just check everything while I'm here. What's the business name?
Business Advisors Inc. And if it's not under that, then it's under. Did you find it or no?
No, I didn't find it under Business Advisors. It's the friendly business name, not the LLC.
Looking for home buyers.
I got it. Cool.
If I was going to say, if not, I'll jump back on.
No, I got it right here.
There we go.
You guys are good. So real quick, we're going to the email services. I see Blaster LOI was added inside here, but this is added incorrectly. Okay. This is added
Okay.
incorrectly. So in the videos, we say to create a subdomain. You guys created regular domains. Okay, so let's keep that
okay.
in mind, right? Going back to here, let's just open this up so I can show you guys. Well, it's actually right here. So users and domains, right? So again, there's a spreadsheet version, and then of course there's the video, right? I'm a spreadsheet kind of guy. But right here in your CRM, you go to settings, email services, dedicated domain and IP. You add your domain using a subdomain, for example, lc dot whatever your domain is, right? And you would add and verify and add the records manually, copy and paste them. So I'm assuming you guys were able to copy and paste them, but it was not with the subdomain, correct? So yeah. And then same thing.
And then I was doing it and it said that it's not verified. So obviously I did something wrong, but I'm not sure what.
Yeah, so when you click verify now, there's the next step, which is the demarc right here. It looks like it's verified. Like, I mean, here, there you go. You just have to resubmit it. So sometimes it's going to take 30 seconds to 2 minutes for everything to kind of go through and verify. Like, it takes time. Like this one, I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe it's not connected at all, but like this one worked. It's issued. So you're good on that.
Okay.
This one, I don't know what happened, what you guys did with that, but I mean, you can use this. The only issue is like, let's say you ruin the reputation of this. When you have like a subdomain, it kind of, you know, you can create a new subdomain after it, if that makes sense.
Now, can I change that to a subdomain?
Yeah, you can just delete it and redo it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just delete
Can we
the
do
DNS.
that right now?
You got your GoDaddy login information if you want to send it to me in the chat privately. Or maybe I already have access to it from last time. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm already logged in your account, so that's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So going back to this, let's go to your domains. Go back to GoDaddy. Go back to my products, click on this domains. So all right, so where's the new one?
Apparently I have 2 different GoDaddy accounts, which could drive you crazy.
Okay. Well, that makes things hard a little bit to be organized, but I guess send me the login credentials. I guess send me the login credentials for it.
Yeah, I think when we had our meeting, you went straight to Eileen's. I can't remember which account it was. I think it was the looking for home buyers one.
Yeah, that's the regular domain, right?
Yeah.
But this one was connected correctly, right? Yeah, because like if
that should be, yeah, because you set that one up for us.
Yeah, let's just make sure it opens up. Yeah, so
it's all there. The terminal itself.
It's good. You guys still need to you submitted A2P already? Did you say you submitted A2P?
Yeah, today.
Well, yeah. Okay, so look, do you see when I open these up what they're opening? So we're not following the tutorials here, right? There's the prerequisite. We need to edit this form to put our privacy in terms of service at the bottom. That's right here.
Yeah.
These ones, we need to put those links in place of these. And so if we go back over here, I'm assuming you guys are using the Creative Finance website or something.
We haven't really set that up yet.
So Creative Finance, forms, website forms, Creative Finance. So like, because you're gonna get rejected, right, if this is not done. Right. Yeah, so we always want to make sure, like, if we miss a step, like, you guys only have to set this up once. Once this is all done, you guys are good to go. But it needs to be done correctly, right? Especially A2P. Right. Let's confirm that. Terms of service, same idea. All right. Confirm and save that, right? So now, if I close all these, I go back to your website and I refresh. Let's just hover across them. These are still example. Let's refresh. Yeah, let's go back. Make sure these are not saved. Go back to the website. Creative Finance. Let's edit this real quick. Yeah. So let's just save and publish. Open that up. All right, so now when I open them up, they actually open your privacy in terms of service. But I also see here you have think do have 123 instead of this new domain. So we just need to make sure that this new domain is actually mentioned in your business settings, because the business settings is what they look at for approval. This one right here. So this business website. But yeah, I don't know what you submitted, so I can't like really verify until they either reject or accept. So it looks like it was incomplete anyways. So let's go inside here. It's yet to complete. So this campaign sends an appointment, sends appointment information. We also send a reminder message once the customer has booked an appointment to us. This is not following our tutorial. Lane from business message to confirm the opt-in at whatever, please reach out to. Let's just use the tutorials. Right, so from
we went all through that today, Eileen and I, so we obviously went through the examples and then just rewrote them.
Yeah, so again, right, you have to follow what's mentioned on your business profiles, right?
Yeah.
And your links. So this is your company that's going to looking for home buyers, right? This is the company that's going to populate on everything, not the business advisors. And so right here we have to say, we have to paste, right, our company looking for home buyers right here. And of course, you know,
yeah, that was my fault. Okay.
right, so Elaine right here, well, I misspelled it, but like the name here is kind of irrelevant, but this is really, really important, right?
Okay.
You don't need a last name or anything like that. We also don't need this reply, you know, all this stuff. We can just use the templates that they give us, and paste that right here. And we can say again, Lane from, and then go ahead and grab it again. Paste it in. We're not clicking these boxes. We don't need them. This one right here, again, clients who have opted in, we can use this one. Paste that. Let's grab the company name again from here. Used by your company, right? Used by looking for home buy to reach out to clients who have opted in to receive messages on our website at, and then take the website that you literally have right here. Let's just make sure it works without the home. Okay, cool. So that works. Paste that in right here. And again, right, like if it's not exactly, they'll bring up issues later on, right? So this campaign will be used by looking for home buyers to reach out to clients who opted in to receive messages on our website at this by filling out the form at the top of the homepage, right? Here we don't have to be that specific. We'll do that on the next page. So on this one right here, end users opt in by visiting /book. Yeah, let me just delete all this. And I don't know what this is either down here. So we'll just copy this, paste this in. So again, they're going to visit your website
and just replace it.
Yeah, replace that and filling in their details, right? Users check a box to receive notifications and promotional message to provide their consent. Additionally, end users can also text start to. Now, did you buy a phone number in here? I think you got 2 or something, right? Okay, so
Choosy Lane, not Omar.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll just set that as the default number then.
Mm-hmm.
We'll copy this. We'll go back. We'll replace. I don't know if I did it here or there, but whatever. All right, so we can just. Okay. But here, filling in their details, right? So end users opt in by visiting this and filling in their details at the top of the home page. And now we're being very specific in the hero section. Comma form labeled spell, and then quote, open bracket, take this form, copy this title right here, paste it in right here. We'll take that quote, close it, or by clicking on any buttons labeled. Again, we're just being very specific here. And the buttons say get top dollar, right? So get top dollar offer, we can click on that. All right, so then we can just leave everything else as is. Opt-in message right here, we can copy that, paste it. The only thing we need to change is the name, which is the one we have in our business profile. Bam, I acknowledge. You're good to go with this, right? The $23.95. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, so successfully submitted. Let's just verify. So it's in progress. There's no submission or anything. So it's a good thing it didn't go through the first time for whatever reason. Maybe we just didn't click the button or something. But yeah, I mean, this way we know for sure we did everything correctly, right? The website's right. Everything we typed out was 100% correct. If they do reject it and any reason whatsoever, we can just resubmit the same exact thing we just typed out. Because sometimes they are trigger happy for whatever reason.
Doesn't that generally take like 7 days for it to be verified, though?
What's that?
Doesn't it take like 7 days for it to be verified or rejected?
Three to seven business days. But honestly, they've been really fast lately. I've had people get accepted
really?
within 24 hours. I've had
Yeah,
people.
we did it this afternoon. Think about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But you know, keep in mind, 3 to 7 business days is the norm. So. But you don't need text messaging to use this platform. You don't need it at all. Like, to get started with BILT 2.0, the only thing you need is to set up your emails and put your data in there and start blasting. Like, there's nothing else holding you back. And so right now you need to fix your emails, right? And then follow the next step, which is creating the users for those emails. And then after that, you know, you pretty much just upload your data.
Oh, and then I put directly to you with GoDaddy, my username and my password.
Okay, you already got that in there. All right,
Yeah.
let me try logging in real quick.
Just a non-related question to what you're doing, Mo. Is there a way that you can change like the BILT logo on the dashboard, or is that just fixed so it can't be changed? So, you know, just for us, as example, if we wanted to have Elaine's company name logo on there, you know, make it a little bit more professional, can that be changed at all, or is that a default?
Are you talking about
The dashboard logo,
like this one right here at the top left?
Yeah.
No, yeah, we don't change that now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Elaine, that username you gave me doesn't work.
Oh.
It just says it doesn't exist in our system.
I have a customer number.
That works.
Hold on, I'm typing it in right now.
You know, the British have a dish called boots and peas. Jefferson. That's funny. Steve, you still celebrating
Okay.
Memorial Day?
Okay, I just sent you over
Thank you.
my customer number. Do you need the PIN as well or no?
No, I got the password. I do need a 6-digit
Okay.
code sent to your number 1993.
Yeah, okay. It is 493456.
So, Blaster LOI is the one you got.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to domain, DNS. And so you already started a bunch of this stuff. I'm just going to delete everything since we're going to start from scratch.
That's good, because I wasn't sure what I was doing, to tell you the truth.
What's that?
I wasn't sure what I was doing, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. So for everyone else that's watching as well, all we're doing is copying and pasting DNS settings. So email services, I'm even going to delete the ones you put in here. So start from scratch.
Okay, good.
Delete domain. Let's go ahead and delete these. Delete domain. Yeah, if anybody else needs help with their system, just raise your hand and I'll get you after. All right, so add domain. Notice it already gives you the example and says LC. So let's go back to GoDaddy. This is your domain right here. Copy that. Go back over here. LC dot. Paste it in.
Oh, why you do the LC?
Subdomain. We're not doing with domains. We use subdomain emails.
Oh, okay, that's where I made a mistake.
Yeah.
That was my first mistake.
Yeah. Next thing, we're going to click on add records manually. And now all we have to do is copy and paste these over to the other one. So what we'll do is we need txt files, we need a CNAME, and we need 2 MX. So 2 TXTs, a CNAME, and 2 MX. So if we go over here, we go to DNS, we're going to add a new record. We need 2 TXTs, so let's just add them real quick. 2 TXTs, we need a CNAME, and then we need 2 MX records. If you're using a different platform than this, you might have to do them one by one. But GoDaddy, all the day long, we could do this.
I know. That's
Just,
why I went with GoDaddy. Very easy.
yeah. So copy, paste, copy, paste. So, oops, wrong one. So this, and this are all the same. Email.lc, paste that there. Then we'll just go down in order here. Last one. And of course, there is one more to do. Thing here is you got to put these priorities to set to 10. We're going to save all records. And there's one other record we got to add right after this for the DMARC. And we'll see in a second. So we click on verify records. You know, these might get verified right now. If not, we need to create another TXT record for the DMARC. So going back to this, we're going to add another record. We're going to add a TXT. We're going to paste in the DMARC right here. I don't want that space though. Make sure there's no spaces when you guys paste stuff, or else you could get an error. And then we'll copy this one as well. And then, wrong one. Paste this right here. Save that. That's updated. We'll click on verify domain. And then we'll verify again. Verify domain. And it's issued. So,
Good.
yeah. again, that this is why I say sometimes, like, if it was me doing it, it'd probably take me, you know, to set up all your DNS settings and your H2P and everything under 30 minutes, right? These are skills that, you know, maybe you need to use once ever in your life, and I get that. That's why I tried creating those videos. So let me ask you this, because you guys watched the videos. Did the videos skip over things? Or did I just not get...
Truth, sometimes I was a little confused.
Okay.
Because, like, you cut and pasted very quickly, very easily, because you knew everything went. Not so easy for me. Is it over here? Do I put it over here? Wait a second, I have to go back. Did I do it right? So.
Okay, are we doing it with another one as well? The Blaster Home or the Blaster Home or...
Well, I don't know. I think let's just start with one, and then we can continue on. Now, is there anything else I have to set up? Like, so I set up my emails. What else do I need to set up for this particular one?
Yeah, the only thing you have to set up now is a user, right? A marketing user. And so to set up a marketing user, we just add a staff member. And let's say we add a new user. It's going to be called Elaine at pastedin lc.blasterloi.com. And then again, Elaine, what last name is what? Kohan?
Kohan.
Yeah. And then that's that. You can put, you know, yeah, you can put a phone number. You don't really have to. You don't need a password for it. You can put a signature so that if it shows up directly on the offers, or you can just hard code your signature directly on your offers. But for now, we'll just do that, and we'll save that directly. And so now, if you go back to your team, you'll see that. Let's go ahead and give it a refresh. All right, so now there's two. Now, because it's the same name, we kind of want to differentiate it, right, a bit. I like to make the admins just put a period at the end of our names. This way, I know that your admin account is always the one with the period, and therefore, when you're actually marketing, you would use the other name, right? Or maybe it's some other person's name on the team, but it's the same idea, right?
Okay.
And then the last step to literally, I don't know what just happened. Looking for, oh, why is it doing that? Yeah, I think it's, give me a second, let me fix this. All right, let's pull this back up. All right, back here. So the last thing to do, which I believe is step here. We'll just pull it up so I can kind of go on with you guys. So step 3, right, is setting up the marketing users. So one was setting up the emails and one was creating the marketing users. We just created the
I watched the marketing one. To tell you the truth, a little confusing.
Well, you can't do the marketing one until the first one is set up correctly.
Okay, well, I guess that's why I had trouble with that too.
Yeah. So what we'll do now is we'll just go to the acquisition pipeline, new leads, and then just assign the user, cancel this unknown user right here, and put the new Elaine, the one without the period, because this is our marketing one. And we click save and publish. And then you're good to go. You can just upload data and start sending 30 offers per day right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we go through uploading data?
You have your data with you?
I do have some data. I realized that when I pulled the original set of data, it didn't have any mortgage information.
Okay, so where'd you pull this data from?
Deal machine.
Deal machine?
Yeah.
And it didn't come with mortgage data?
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure. I didn't remember seeing that in the spreadsheet.
Okay. Do you have the spreadsheet?
Can
you pull it up?
I think I emailed it to myself.
Okay,
So can I email it to you?
you can.
Okay, fine. Okay, I exported 79 properties. Click here to download the file. So I'm
Okay.
gonna send this file to you.
Okay, remember what we just talked about earlier in this Zoom? Expectations and projections. How soon do you want to get a deal?
Okay, so now what email address should I send it to?
Okay, you can send it to info@builtleads.com. I'll put it in the chat.
Info at
In the chat.
Yep.
Let me just do this.
Okay,
You sent it?
I did.
I got it.
Oh,
I got it. But I don't see an attachment. Oh, I see what you did. Click here to download the file. It goes to Deal Machine. I can't download that. Like, you need to give me the actual file.
oh,
Yeah, I don't have login to Deal Machine.
oh, okay.
But again, I'm gonna ask you the question, right? Remember what we were talking about in the beginning of this Zoom, right? How fast do you want to go?
Exactly.
And like, how soon do you want to get a deal?
Obviously, the sooner the better, but as you can see, I'm not very good at this whole technology thing.
Well, put the technology aside. Your account's set up now, right?
Oh, good.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, how soon do you want to get a deal now that your account's set up and it's ready to go? Because
Okay,
think
so
about it,
now-
right? If you got to keep doing the
We have
same
leads
thing.
on. We have leads on there because I actually got over 800 leads. They're all tax liens, that kind of thing, pre-foreclosures, probates. I've uploaded the CSV files, so we've got the contacts in there. It's just a case of just obviously getting those, those leads called and getting some deals.
So these ones right here, the
Yeah, I've
174.
got over 800. I've been adding them manually because obviously I have to skip trace first and then do it that way. But
Okay.
just have to go on for now to make some calls.
Yeah. So you're not uploading them through bulk CSV?
Yeah, I've been doing it by the bulk. Yeah.
No, you've been doing it one by one. He's saying you can bulk.
Well, I see bulk
Yeah,
right
that's
here.
what I've been doing, but I have to skip trace them first and then obviously upload them. I have to reorganise them on the CSV file because obviously it's not in the same setup. Once the skip trace, so I have to obviously reorganise it and then upload it by the bulk.
Okay.
I just didn't want to use all of Eileen's money by literally skip tracing over 800 to 1,000 leads, so that's why I've just been doing a bit at a time.
So notice why you're in errors, right? You had 10 errors in here. 34 were successful. Because these ones don't have emails. So like, if I look at the success ones, they all have emails, right?
Yeah. Not all of them actually came with them once you skip trace. That's the only issue.
Yeah. Question: do you plan on using the 2.0 and LOI blasting?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Did you follow the mapping, the correct mapping? So, for example, if I go, well, let's go in here, right? So if I click on this this
contact, then yeah.
There's no values
Well,
here.
I don't think we did mapping correctly, so have him take a look at mapping because he's the expert.
So right here, like if you mapped it correctly, I would see values in here, right?
Oh, not for those because it wasn't showing the actual whole. When there's skip tracing, it's just the numbers. But yeah.
So you don't want to use that data, right? Until it's finalized. So like there's no point of uploading any data. It's a waste of time until you have all the information. For example, if these are foreclosure leads, is that correct? These are foreclosure loans?
They're not all foreclosures, they're tax liens, hospital liens,
okay, correct.
That kind of thing, so
where did you get the data from?
It was actually through a free trial that I can obviously pay monthly for. And they scrape the internet for motivated sellers, and they've got hospital liens, probates, that kind of thing. And I get daily uploads. So all I have to do, I get the addresses and everything else and the details. I just have to skip trace to get the phone numbers and the names.
Okay, so this is what I want, right? Let me pull this up. Do not upload any more data until you watch how to filter and export property data and how to import and map contacts into your CRM. Because the way you're uploading right now, our system doesn't understand what you're uploading, right? Because you're not following the rules, right? There's rules to uploading data and mapping it correctly. For example, right, when you upload your data in here, and I go to you're uploading data, and this is the spreadsheet version, right? And so like a tool like PropStream, it comes like, when you export it, it gives you this data, right? And I can just easily map it to my system, right? Because it's, you know, we know what they are, right? So when you upload it, it asks you each column, right? Where do we want to map it in the system? So for example, here I'll just go and upload a random file, right? I don't know if this is. I probably don't even have one in here. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pull one up.
I mean, I thought I had in like the property details and everything else. You could just put it manually, but obviously it doesn't work that way.
I mean, so. I have an old list or something that I could just download real quick and show you what I'm talking about. So let's just say I hit next for contacts. I upload a file. Maybe this is it. No, this is all May. I don't know what this is. Hold on. Let me delete that. Let me open this up. File. Download. CSV. Alright, cool. Upload. Let's pull this one up, right? So we're going to create and update our contacts. We're going to hit next. You'll see that there's all these values, right? So address, city, state, zip, county, you know, total loan balance, estimated value, on off market, the loan type. So this is a VA loan, for example. You know, the loan amount, estimated interest rate, the estimated balance, the ARV, asking price if it's on market, right? And then the names, of course. These are on market lists, but if it's off market, it would just be the seller's name, phone number, and email. So does your data have this? If it does not have, so here, let's go back to this. If your data does not have loan balance, it does not have ARV.
I'll
hold on. If your data does not have any type of mortgage information or ARV, and you know their name, their phone number, and their email, and of course the address, we cannot evaluate deals.
Right.
So I suggest going to other tools. Like, don't be using. If you can use PropWire, PropWire is free. It'll have that information. You can use PropWire and it's free. If you're going down the route of free, use the right tools, right? I don't know what tool you're using. Like I don't know if apparently it's not giving you this information, so we don't want to use it.
Well, no, we were using batch skip tracing, obviously to generate the phone numbers and the owners.
Okay, so why aren't you using batch leads to pull data as well?
That is down up to Eileen, obviously, what she's willing to spend.
It seems like PropStream is the best because it gives you all the data.
Yeah, PropStream, batch leads, deal sauce, you know, are the best. You know, PropWire is free and you get what you pay for, right? Just think of it like that. So these three are all the same exact price. PropStream is my recommended because they are the largest company of all of them, right? And it's the same exact price. If you use PropStream, you will have no problems with your data whatsoever. You just upload it exactly as the tutorial tells you. But if you go to a different company that I've never heard of, I can't tell you anything about it. You know what I mean?
So when you download the CSV files, it's going to have literally everything on there, the skip trace phone numbers. So yeah, it does make a lot more sense.
Yeah, because you can skip trace and PropStream too, directly. Like you pull your direct to seller leads from PropStream, and you can skip trace it immediately from there, right? I mean, and then just export it, and you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, but I've heard, and I don't know, you know how they are. They say the prop stream, the data is older, but yet the source, the data is newer. Is that true?
No, it's all the same shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that data, no data is perfect because no one is willing to pay for the premium of it refreshing every single day, right?
That's what I've noticed with PropWire. I mean, I don't know which is more accurate, if it's Zillow or Redfin or PropWire, but obviously when it comes to like PropWire, when you're looking at distances, when you're doing the company and everything else, I've noticed on PropWire that when it says like property within like half a mile, you even go on Google Maps and it's like 3 miles away. So PropWire isn't 100% accurate. So you never know what actually is until, you know.
There is no data source that's accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, the closest you can get is, let's say you're doing on market, right?
Yeah.
You would pull from the MLS, let's say Redfin, let's say you export a list from Redfin. Now it's not going to have mortgage information. It's just going to have, you know, that it's active and maybe their asking price, who the agent, maybe the seller is, right? You pull that from Redfin, and then you upload it to a system like PropStream, right? To then export it with the mortgage information.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me ask you the question, Elaine. Why are we going direct to seller instead of direct to agent? Direct to agent is cheaper. Direct to seller is crazy expensive because of skip tracing. So is the goal here to keep things minimal and budgeted right now? Or is the goal we're just doing whatever we want to do right now because we don't know yet?
We don't know yet, but from what this conversation just now is, I'd rather go direct to agent.
Okay. So if you go direct to agent, right, you do not have to skip trace or spend any money on skip tracing.
Okay.
Right. So we just use PropStream.
They like to do create financing, though, do they? They just love turning that sort of thing down because they're all about the cash offers. And obviously, we want to do creative, so obviously agents aren't going to, or realtors aren't going to be ideal for that kind of thing.
Do you have experience with agents?
Yeah, not very good ones, to be honest.
Okay, so 90% of the people in our system do agents over sellers, right?
No.
Vice versa.
Yeah. So again, right, you're gonna get 90% of the people telling you no and the fuck off, you know, basically all day long, you know. But that 10% is still there, you know. But that's even with sellers too. You call a seller and they're in denial, let's say they're in foreclosure, they're not even gonna answer your phone, let alone you can't even have a conversation with them, right? So it's like at the end of the day, they all have their problems. And so there's no one size fits all. There's no better solution. I will say if you're doing on market, it's cheaper, it's faster to get deals, right? But you'll make less assignments. But if you go direct to seller, it costs more up front and a lot more work to acquire the deal, right? The time frame wise as well, but you make bigger assignments. So which way do we want to go? In the beginning, I recommend people go direct to agent, and then when they have money, and I mean like $10,000 recurring monthly to spend on like VAs and everything to call these people, then you shift to direct to seller. Direct to seller is expensive. Like I just showed you, like if you were to skip trace 4,000 people, how much would that cost you using batch leads or PropStream? You know, and it's like, okay, well, we got to continuously keep pulling that amount of data every month, by the way. So that's an overhead cost. And so like, again, if I go back to, you know, the thing I was just talking about right here, we can't just pull 300 pieces of data, or hell, even 800 pieces of data. Because again, if I put that number in here, let's say it's, I don't know, 1,000, and I'm assuming you're not even cleaning those phone numbers either. So 1,200, let's just make it 800 in the system, right? So here's 900, close enough, right? So 900, and we have no experience of closing, let's say, creative finance deals right now. We're brand new, and we just use a system. Well, you might not even get a deal with that. And then again, like in order to go through it, if we're just having one email, which is what we have right now, is only one email, it's going to take you 30 days to send 900 offers or 800 offers, whatever, right? And it's going to take you a little over a month to get a deal. Is that what we want to do here? Like, is this how we're running our
course not.
business? Yeah. So in this case, I would suggest at least you guys are 2 people. Like, set up five email accounts. You already have so many domains in here, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, you have domains here, 1, 2, 3, like whatever, right? If you need to buy another one, buy another one, right? It's not a cost that's really that big. And so again, 5 would let you send 150, which means it take you 6 days to complete 800. But PropStream gives you 10,000. So think about this for a second. PropStream gives you 10,000 pieces of data. Let's say you clean it and only 6,000 of them are valid emails, right? Because, you know, DACA data is inaccurate, right? We got to be real with it. And you get 20% reply rate, 10% positive. That's 1,200 responses. Again, you have a, let's say you suck on the phones, right? I'm not saying you are, but let's just say you do.
Now, to tell you the truth, that's my easiest thing is
okay, cool.
talking on the phone.
Right? So, but again, I'm going to keep it at the minimum here, right? I'm not going to,
that's fine.
just for like expectations at the moment. And so you have 5 email accounts. That means it's still going to take you 40 days. Let's just, you know, maybe get a 6th email, right? Get a 6th email to do it in 33 days, a month. We'll just say a month, right? And you could possibly get 6 deals out of it.
Okay.
Right. But again, you have to be willing to pull this data from the system. You have to be willing to set up 6 email accounts to be able to send 180 offers per day. Right now we have. Yes. And
how do you get a lot of these realtors? They love saying, "Can you provide a proof of funds?" As a wholesaler, obviously, you know, you don't provide the proof of funds. That's obviously, you know, the end buyer. And every time that you mention, you know, you're wholesaling this deal, or you know, you're not going to be providing the proof of funds, they literally put the phone down on you. So this is why I don't like working with realtors, because they do everything backwards.
Okay, proof of funds is easy. Go contact a lender, any lender, a hard money lender, and ask them for a proof of funds. So, for example, in your account,
it's not coming from us, though, is it? It's obviously going to be the end buyer. That's
yeah, it could be your end buyer's proof of funds. It could be your friend's proof of funds, Eric. Right? Just like be real with it, right? And don't just like screenshot your bank account and change the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, don't be doing that. I mean, if you want to, be my guest. But like, let's just use an example, because I have one in here as a sample for you guys, and you guys need to be changing it. So in my cash offers, let's see, where are we? Email offer. These are all follow-ups. Email offer. All right, so here's the cash one.
Just for another example, you know, when it comes to like vetting buyers, obviously when you've got someone under contracts, and obviously, you know, you're looking for buyers, we always ask them for proof of funds just to see how serious they are before we actually schedule a walkthrough with them. So obviously at the end of the day, you don't want time wasters. So I can see from a realtor's point of view, but from a wholesaler's point of view, it's different, because obviously we're the ones that not provide the proof of funds from us. It's actually comes from a buyer. But if we got someone under, you know, if you want to get someone under contract, then we've got to find a buyer first for that specific property.
It's not hard to contact any lender, any brokerage lender, any hard money lender. Like this right here is a hard money loan, pre-approval, right? This company gave me $2 million pre-approved, right? And it's a letter. Right, and the CEO himself signed it, gave his email in case somebody wants to call and verify, because you have a relationship with them. It's not hard.
How much does it actually cost, though, per letter? It
doesn't cost anything. They will give it to you, because when you do a deal with them, they expect you to come to them, right? Like, it's a favor. It's a referral. It's you know, at the end of the day, right? There is no right or wrong way to do it, but this is the best way to do it, and it's free. You can go to Jamil's website, and I think they do it for like $50.
He doesn't do that anymore.
You know?
He hasn't done it for
I'm just saying, right? Like, you can go. You can screenshot your bank account and change the numbers. I know that's unethical, right? But if you're really worried about proof of funds, that means that you're struggling on the phone.
I will tell you, that's the least of my problems. Proof of funds.
Okay.
I can get a proof of funds letter.
Well, there
tomorrow,
you go.
if ever you need a proof of funds letter, I can do that. That's the easiest part. All this technology.
That was before I actually made contact.
That's the hard part.
That was before I actually made some decent contacts like Eileen anyway. So, but when you're on your own and you've got no resources, and you think, well, what do you do? What do you do? I know it's just a stumbling block and an objection that you just have to, you know, get through. So.
Yeah, that's the least of my problems, proof of funds, to tell you the truth.
Excellent. Glad that we can sort that out.
Yeah.
I mean, again, right? You just got to think of it like this, right? Proof of funds, if they ask for it, it just means that you're not sounding credible over the phone, typically. Now, there are still those anal agents, right? They're like, I still want that proof of funds. At that point in time, give them a proof of funds, right? And again, it's not hard to get it. Elaine said she knows how to get it. Sorry, Mike, you have had your hand raised. Sorry, if you want to ask a question.
Hey, well, yes, I actually got two questions. The first one is when it comes to the LOIs and wanting to change numbers in the LOIs. Now, I know how to do that. It's just a matter of how do I make sure that my LOI is actually going to reflect what I wanted to do after I've changed the numbers.
Oh, share your screen.
All right.
All right, so go to acquisitions. Just change the numbers there, and when you go to move it to send offer, it'll reflect those numbers.
Right, okay, so first thing, of course, I want to make sure it's cash, or if I want to change it back to seller finance or whatever.
Okay.
So change the numbers.
Yeah, change the cash offer right there, and the discount cash offer, because the follow-up will go right after it. So.
All right, yeah, so, all right, I'll change it quick. Make this 115.
You actually did a deep dive on it?
Actually, the numbers that I had in there were the ones that I was gonna keep.
Gotcha. But yeah,
I'm just not gonna send it yet. I'll go back and rechange it afterwards.
Okay, cool. So that's about it. The same thing goes for your creative deals. You would change the cash down or whatever, the seller finance amount.
All right, so, and then, so now with the tags down here, of course, I filled this one in, and they were both blank earlier.
Yeah.
So I wanna leave that check mark there and then hit update, correct?
Yeah. Now question. I see if you click on opportunity details, just click update for now. But yeah, so that's just save. Go to your opportunity details at the top.
Opportunities and details at the top.
Yeah, no, the menu for the card.
Okay.
Yeah. So right you have right now 829 Southwest. I'm assuming you just purposely removed that for this just now.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Just make sure it's a full address before you send the offer.
Yeah, I wrote that all down.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
I know.
I know you've been doing this for a while, but I just figured you just didn't want to show it on the Zoom. So cool.
Correct. Okay. All right, so that's all I have to do for that. Now the other thing that you had mentioned, I know Steve and I had asked about this. So how would I see if I were to send it, the only way that I can actually see the LOI that we're going to send is we would have to move it. We'd have to change it here to send offer, and then we'd have to go to automation to view it.
No, so you're not going to view it, right? So just click X for now. Just click X to the top. So you can just move that card literally just to interested send offer. And don't do it now. Don't do it now.
Okay.
Because it will fire within 3 minutes.
Okay.
And you don't have the address in there. So you just move it to interested send offer, within 3 minutes it'll fire.
Right.
Like you don't even have to like preview it or nothing. But it will give the exact numbers you put in that opportunity card.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, or you can click on it and do the drop down to interested send offer. Both of them work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other question that I have now is that I had started to work on a contract for this one. And I watched the video, or, I asked you about it earlier today and showed me. The thing that I couldn't find was the email afterwards. If I had set up an email where I'm supposed to go into conversations and find the email in here, but I couldn't find it.
You sent out the offer?
I did not send it. I just created it.
No, so okay, so you submitted the survey, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if you submitted the survey, then it actually was sent to you. So click on all. Okay, did you set the did you set you as the priority signer?
Yes.
search for yourself in here? Or did you put like your like Gmail account or something? Is it maybe it's in your Gmail? I don't know what you assigned as a signer.
I assigned it to a different account, so it wouldn't.
The easiest way to find out is just go to your payments, your contract.
Go to payments for the contract. Okay.
On documents and contracts at the top. All. Yep. So, well, it doesn't look like anything was sent.
Okay.
Yeah, so try again.
All right. Well, I'll worry about that afterwards, but yeah, I can make sure that my LOI goes out first. But yeah, we're working on the contract.
Yeah, if you need more help, I would say I would hop on with you, but tomorrow I'm taking my mom out for her birthday. But yeah, I'll hop on with you sometime in the evening tomorrow if you want. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go spend time with mom.
Yeah. Elaine, let me see real quick. This over. Thank you, Renaj. I'll message you after this, Elaine, on Facebook.
Thank you.
Yeah. But any other questions? Sammy, Julio, you guys have everything good on your guys' end? Steve, everything good on your end? We all good?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, doing great, Mo. Happy birthday to your mother.
Thank you. I'm sure she appreciates that. Desire, welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks.
You're good. So
Man, I need to jump on Facebook more often, huh?
yeah, we're live every Tuesday at night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about
But yeah.
that. All right.
I know you needed
Let's
some help.
see. I do need some help, and it's actually it's just more of getting my partner on board with how you have BILT set up.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the issues that I'm having is getting Calendarly to is that still not working, or is it because on my end it just loads?
Calendar link.
Yeah,
What's your friendly business name?
and 7 Diamantes.
I always forget it for some reason. 7 Diamantes. All right, so going into your account, you created a calendar. So calendar settings.
Yeah, connections. I'll be creating a new one for every member on the team.
That's fine.
So ideally, I wanted to connect and link their Calendarly. So when I go to connections,
So what's the problem right now, though? Like if I paste it in the browser, are you saying that this doesn't work or something?
yeah, no, not this is mine through BILT, but they have Calendarly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would be connecting their Calendarly to BILT.
No, they just delete their account over there and use over here. So like does Calendly have an API? That is the question. Because here's the thing, right? Let's just say you go to a staff member, right? I don't care who it is. I'm just going to pick anybody right now. Calendar configuration. We can link Google. We can link, like there's not even a calendar here, but like we can link other things like their Gmail and so forth. Where's yours? Your actual email, your admin account. Let's just pull one up.
It's it should be Ava.
Okay, so this one right here.
Yeah, the all caps Ava admin.
Okay, so let's say calendar configuration. So again, there's no, you got to do it on your end. So let me try logging in as Ava for a second. So we'll log in as the admin. Hopefully nothing screws up. Okay, cool. So when I'm here and I'm logged in as Ava, and I go to my profile, and this goes for everyone, right? So you can do like email sync, but also calendars, no connections right here. So you would add a new one, calendar right here.
Right.
It's beta right now, which is new. They can connect it.
Yeah, so that connect button right there on my end, when I log in as her, it just loads and it doesn't take me to the next page.
So it doesn't get to this page.
And so that,
Hold on. Let me just make sure this is the right. Because you can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on.
oh, I can see. I'm on my phone.
No. I still have a different page up. So hold on.
Oh, I see.
Give me a second. So this one right here, can you see this? Were you able to get this page to pop up?
Oh, no, I did not.
Well, it popped up to me immediately on my end. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Maybe it could be because it's still in beta, right? Like again, it's still a new feature. Are you on a Mac or on a Windows?
Yeah, I'm at. I can try like Cognito, different version, clear my cache and cookies, all that good stuff. Hopefully that'll work. I'll try. It was just stuck there for a while. And then if not, I can just try and get them all to switch over to BILT calendar. I don't know.
Are they paying for Calendly?
I have no idea.
I mean, if they're paying, tell them to come over and stop paying. You know,
Right.
you know, if it's and again, if it's just they have one account on there and it's like they're using the free version, then what does it matter if they use Calendly or not? Like, what are they using their other calendar for?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
at that point in time,
you and me both. Okay, so next question. Is it cool? Can I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So now, because we have the users and then their LC emails, and then we have all the dispo emails, and then we have our marketing emails, right?
Mhm.
So when I'm dispoing to wholesalers or end buyers, I would ideally use all like my calendars from the user LC email, and it's all embedded. Like if I was to do it through BILT, like my calendar is set up through BILT.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? I'm using just that LC email, or is it going to be going through my
So let me understand what you're trying to achieve first, okay? So you're trying to mass blast, let's say, a deal to your buyers, to your wholesalers, and you want a calendar link on there as well?
Right.
Okay, at that point in time, how many dispo people do you have?
We have 3.
Okay, why don't you create one calendar, right, and hard code it in that email, and it's a round robin between those 3 dispo managers for whoever's available.
Can they pick and choose? Like, let's say if one's working with this set in that market and then the others in that market?
Yeah, because you can add multiple people to a calendar, and the person, let's say the buyer, they already have a relationship with one of your dispo managers. They can just click the drop down and choose who they want to talk to.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want. Okay.
Yeah.
And so it will all, because I think we have 3 domains that we're using. And so when I do the bulk upload and I assign it to start outreach, it's in my template, I'll have that hard coded in there, right?
Yeah, just hard code the one just call it dispo calendar, right? And then just add the dispo members inside there, the main users, like the admins, right? The admin accounts, right? And so therefore they will still get the notification on their phone that when their meeting has been scheduled, as well as they'll probably get an email notification, a text message notification, all of the above, right? As internal notifications to that member.
Right. So that answered my question. It'll be going through the user, not my. Okay, that answers it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I know, right? Like, and this is like everyone else as well. Like everyone that comes in for 2.0 expects to just do dispo or just do acquisition, and we give a step-by-step tutorial or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot more shit that's inside this system, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we have 700 plus articles, inside there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So for everyone else that's listening right now, this is not a requirement to set up. She wants to do something special for her 20-man team.
No, just seven of us.
It went
It's
down.
just
It went down to 7.
It's 17 months.
Yeah, I'm just
Seven
messing.
of us. Hey, so I actually have another question.
Go ahead.
So in my, you know how I'm trying to get the team to do like your process. That's what I'm trying. That's my goal is to do Mo's way. Because it's all automated and I love that. So I started doing all our contracts. One thing I had a problem is, and I noticed that my partner, he changed the contract's name and he put Mo's template. Would that break the link? Or like, would that break anything?
No, I
So
mean
if you-
changing the name usually doesn't break anything. No.
Because I followed exactly to your
Here, let me check. Let me check if it did break it or not. So let's pull it up real quick.
I tried to send out the purchase agreement and I assigned everything. I did everything, but he changed Mo.
Yeah. So assignment contract, for example, Mo template, right?
Yeah.
What you're saying is the assignment one, the links are broken. Let me just verify. So contracts and agreements, assignment contract. So we have 2 automations for that.
No. I only did the purchase agreement. I did the sub 2 hybrid one. I didn't do that one yet.
Yeah, but notice this one, you changed the name, so it says assignment contract dash Mo template. So it did update the name with it. So it's good.
Oh, okay. So when I go send that out.
Excuse me, yeah. And let's just verify this one as well. This is all good. Yeah, that's well, this one's set to assignment. Yeah, that's the cash creative one, so that's good. So which one did you create?
Yes. So I did the sub 2. Is it? Or I'm sorry. Is it the top one? The first one, purchase agreement hybrid.
Yeah, it says Mo template.
Yeah, that's the one. So I did everything, filled it all out, and I tried to send it out as like a test, and so it didn't send it.
Okay, well let's just see. So Ava, let's make sure everything's in here. You already updated everything between the contact and Ava. Okay, cool.
I did your trigger link.
Okay, so it looks like everything is. Let's change this to the seller, the contact. Okay, cool. Okay, let's save that. Let's go to the automation real quick and make sure it's actually good. So contracts, sub 2 hybrid, generate contract, opportunity change, purchase contract agreement. For the sub 2 hybrid uses this trigger link, so complete survey for this trigger. And then this one sends purchase sub 2 agreement. So yours is called 7 Diamantes sub 2, right? Or no? Or it's just the Mo template?
No, I used yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good then. Let's check out trigger links. So your purchase agreement sub 2 hybrid. So let's just say I test this out. Next. 1,000. Whatever. We don't need that. Submit. Conversations.
That was me. I was just testing something. Oh, that was the calendar. I was trying to test it. I did my embedded code and it popped up like that.
Mm.
So I have to figure that out.
See, I'm talking about, it's called 7D. That's why I was like, something's wrong. Or
Well,
you averted it back. That's what you did. Waiting for others. See, like it didn't even pop up. So let's try one more time.
yeah, see, okay.
Let's actually do it through the opportunities real quick. Let's just add an opportunity in here.
You can use, I think mine is right there for test.
This one. Ava. This is your primary email. Yeah, because when we click on here, let me just double check something in the automations. Because when I did that, it should have fired the automation. I just want to make sure that it actually fired. Yeah, so it fired. But what happened to it? Who created the note? This is just the note. The actual survey submitted did not go through. So survey submitted, you're supposed to send it to this. Send directly, creators draft. From user Ava. Let's just make sure that, I'm pretty sure this note is the problem. This trigger link. Or we can actually just purchase agreement sub 2 hybrid. Let's go ahead and save that. Save that. Go back to our opportunities. Let's go with Ava. Generate contract sub 2 hybrid update. Notes. Fill out this survey. That's fine. Whatever. Next. 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 You didn't like our contracts?
That's what I was saying. I didn't understand myself.
Okay.
I think your contracts,
Nice,
your
dude.
contracts are great.
All right, cool. So that was sent.
I didn't upload those.
Hmm. This looks like somewhere it's broken. Oh, this survey. Settings. Allow re-entry. There's literally no enrollment history. That means this survey is not being submitted. let's go back to our surveys to the source. See what happened over here. Submissions. Hmm. Here, let's copy this. Let's go to the trigger link. Yeah, it's probably because of this issue right here. This entire space. Yeah, so do you see this, what I'm seeing right now?
What was yeah, I see your screen.
Yeah, so do you see that there's 2 links inside this trigger link right now?
Uh-huh.
So that is exactly why it doesn't know which form to use, because there's 2 links inside of here. So we basically need to clear this entire thing and delete it, paste our new one, and then we'll save that, and then we need, of course, the phone number. Let's just go with like the seller finance one, everything after the question mark. Copy that. Yeah, this is the main problem. What's causing it all to get screwed up is the trigger link. All right.
So I put 2 links in there.
Yeah, you put
That's what I did?
you put 2 links on top of each other, so it didn't know what form to use. So it was using the old form that was already in there, which was you're supposed to change that. And so if we go back, hopefully now it'll work.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so let's try this again. So let's just update that to the sub 2, update that, go back to notes, sub 2. All right, so now you have your data populating too as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
I wonder why it didn't populate.
Yep.
There we
So
go.
close of escrow doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Section peer review doesn't matter. Whatever. First mortgage. Company. Low money.
No
Text.
money. Okay.
All right, so now if we go back to this and I go back, we actually see it finally fired in here as an enrollment. That was the problem in the trigger link. And so now if we go to conversations, we should see it now. It was sent. And so purchase agreement was sent. Mo received it and you received it.
Okay. So, okay. I see the problem. Thanks. Wow. Man. All right. Thank you once again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was an easy fix, so it's okay.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Any I don't know if you remember our conversation last time about bulk upload on for wholesalers, or I forgot exactly. Remember you're like
for the
time?
when they give you 1 million properties,
Right.
we're gonna have to wait for custom objects.
Okay.
So custom objects, it's in the process of build out, by a high level. We gotta wait for them to finish that because it's not
Okay.
ready, it's not ready yet. But once that comes out, that'll be definitely a game changer. We'll probably have like 3.0 out at that time. Yeah. Yeah, I wish there was a solution. Unfortunately, like it's You can upload them, but you got to just change the contact info right now. As the hack.
Our strategy.
Yeah.
And deal with the large portfolios. But all right, Mo, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Okay, talk to you later. Have a good night.
All right, you as well. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys all for coming here. Again, if you guys enjoy the lives and appreciate the free education and want us to continue doing these for free, make sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, as well as, you know, on the Facebook group as well. Like and share the video. We appreciate it and welcome all the support we can get. And so, once again, if you're interested in BILT, go to BILTCRM.com, and if you want to become an affiliate, make sure to join that as well for 30% recurring revenue. With that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. I will see you guys not next week, but the week after. And of course, if you have any issues or support needed, just make sure to go to our support and submit a ticket with them or chat with our chatbot. But in the meantime, guys,